You said you wanted more calendar hacks? Well, here you go. Hey, Bestie, this is Lisa. Welcome or welcome back. Not only am I crafting my stash today, but I'm going to show you 4 beautiful Dollar Tree calendar DIY hacks. I have so many calendars in my stash that I've used portions of that I'm not sure which one came from which calendar anymore. But this one has a beautiful floral pattern, and I'm also going to use a tin can that I've been saving in my stash. I'm going to just roughly cut out the bottom part of this calendar page, so I'm left with just the flowers. Now I'm just going to position it around the can and see if I need to trim, which I do. So I'm going to go ahead and trim some of that off so that it will fit between the top and the bottom rim of the can. And I'm going to do some trimming on the top as well, because you can see it's hanging over and I don't want that. I'm going to fussy cut just a little bit, not like perfectly. I would be using a blade for that if I wanted to be that exact, but I'm just going to take my scissors, kind of move the calendar page around and cut a lot of that black out. I'm going to take some Mod Podge. You could use glue stick on this, but because of the corrugated part of the can, I just didn't feel like I was going to get the right contact I needed. So I felt like Mod Podge was my best. And I don't mind if those little corrugations show through the paper. I think that adds kind of to the charm of what this is going to be. And we're going to make a flower vase for this. So I'm going to move around slowly. You can lift it up, reposition it. It's always hard to make something go around a circle and land perfectly on the bottom edge. So I do some minor repositioning here and there. And then I realize, I'm going to be distressing this, so I'm actually okay if it doesn't come out perfect. When I get to the end, I'm going to cut off some of that extra part, and then I'll just go ahead and Mod Podge down that last little bit and just slide it over to make sure the ends meet. There it is, attached nicely to the can. We're going to go ahead and add Mod Podge over the top because I don't want this to pop up and move around when I'm distressing it. Because usually when you're distressing, you're kind of, banging your brush around a little bit and just kind of plopping it here and there. And I just want to make sure that this is completely saturated and adhered to the can, which I will accomplish by doing this. And yes, I'm using a lot of Mod Podge. I really don't have a problem with that for something like this. I'm going to take my brand new heat tool. Isn't it pretty? Anyway, I got that from Amazon in case you're looking for one. And I'm going to dry that up. Once I've got it dry, you can see how it looks. I'm going to take my Antique Wax by Waverly, and I do get that at my Walmart. I know not all the Walmarts have it. And I'm going to start plopping all over with like a stencil brush that has like thicker bristles on it. I'm just going to get all the metal parts first and then do the whole thing. Do you see that? I think it looks so cool. This is for very rustic, distressed look for people who are into that. If you're not, you could have painted the can black or whatever first. And I'm going to wipe back a little bit of it just because I want you to still see those flowers. Underneath the lights. Got this stuff that was in a package. It was like kind of stuffed around it. It's like chopped up raffia. I'm going to use that just to fill up the can. So I'm going to set that in there, and then I'm going to trim some flowers that I have that kind of look nice with the distressed look. I didn't want to put super bright flowers in there. I felt like that didn't go as well, but you could put whatever flowers you want, or just greenery if you want. And I'm just going to add some of these lighter pink ones just for a little contrast. You got to have that thriller, filler, and spiller when you make a floral arrangement like this. And I think this came out so good. It didn't cost me anything out of pocket because all of these things are in my stash, which I'm so excited to tell you more about that. I hope you love this one as much as I do. So here's the scoop. Today is the Craft Your Stash collaboration that I put on every other month. And this month, my guest co-host is my good friend, Kristen K from Kristen K DIY. I'm sure you all know her and love her. Her channel link is down in my description box. There will also be many other talented crafters from YouTube on this playlist. The playlist link will be in the description box below. I can't wait to see what everybody crafts with their stash. And I encourage you to do the same and show everyone some love and tell them I said hi. I've got 4 gorgeous pages from this calendar. It was all florals and scriptures, and the colors are stunning. So I'm going to use the 4 different pages that I have here. I'm also going to use some cardboard you see on the table there, and I made a little template. We're going to create a little banner for spring. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut out 8 pieces because I want there to be 8 of them going across. So basically 2 of each. I'm just going to use my template, outline it, cut out the little triangles, and then I'm also going to cut out the triangles on the cardboard. And you'll see that coming up here. I know I've mentioned it before, but I am really needing to craft my stash. It's just overflowing. And I want to be able to buy some of the new things they have at Dollar Tree, but I'm having a hard time justifying it with all the stuff I have already. So I'm also going to look through and see if there's anything I'm probably never going to use and donate it. Okay, now I'm going to use Mod Podge. And what I'm going to do is on the back side of the cardboard, I like the white side, we'll leave that. I'm going to just go ahead and attach each of the little triangles, and I'll do that on all 8 of them. Then I use my brayer and just roll across and make sure that they're each laying very flat. I'm going to add Mod Podge over the top to seal them.
Look into each other's eyes. Tired snowflakes are coming down.
I'm going to trim any rogue edges that happen to be there because, you know, sometimes when you place something like this, you don't realize it's just off a teeny bit. I'm going to take this sheer ribbon from the Dollar Tree and I'm just going to position my little banner triangles across it. And then I'm going to hot glue them right on top, about halfway down the middle. Now you could do this over the top, you could do it however you want. I have another piece I'm going to put on top that I'll show you here in just a minute, and that's how I decided to decorate it. Do you see this mesh ribbon from Dollar Tree? I don't know if they still have it or if it just comes out seasonally, but I have some in my stash. So I'm going to cut it like in not even in half, less than that, and just create a much narrower ribbon. And then I'm going to hot glue that across the top just to kind of finish the front side off. And that's all there is to this one. Super easy. You can make a banner almost out of anything. You can use twine. You can use, like I did, cardboard with pictures from a calendar, scrapbook paper. I mean, honestly, the possibilities are endless. But I thought this was so beautiful. I love the florals for spring. So why not make a banner using this? And I was honestly just sitting, that calendar's been sitting there for several years. It's not like I could use it for anything, you know, other than crafting. Isn't that just so cute? I absolutely love it. I hope you do too. And I hope this is something you might consider doing with some of your stash. Let me know what you think. I've got this beautiful tulip page from that same calendar and also a gift here. And I was thinking, gosh, I have Christmas wrap and other things, but I don't just have like kind of all occasion wrap. So I thought I have enough to wrap this gift with the calendar page. I'll get rid of the edge that's a little bit scraggly, and then I would just measure this and go ahead and wrap it like a regular present. I mean, look how gorgeous it's going to be. Oh my gosh. So what a great idea. Now, it wouldn't work for huge presents by any means, but lots of times we have smaller gifts we want to wrap. And there you go. What a great way to use a calendar page. I'm sure you all know how to wrap a gift, but I am going to do it anyway. So I'm putting it around the long side and then I'm going to wrap it over. I'm kind of folding down the edges so that it doesn't pop up while I'm working with it because it's a little thicker than wrapping paper. At least it's more like the good quality wrapping paper. I'll say that, not some of the cheap stuff we find nowadays. And I'm just going to cut off the excess and I can save that if I want or toss it if I don't. And I'm just going to tape the side and then I'll fold down the 2 edges. And then I'm going to wrap a pink ribbon around it from Dollar Tree. And there you go. Oh my gosh. What a super easy, fun way to use up a calendar page. I'd love to hear all the ideas you guys have. Also, I want to mention, if you enjoy my videos, one of the best ways that you can help me, help my channel, and this help the whole community to keep going is to like the video. If you aren't already subscribed, please do consider subscribing. Also, leave me a comment. And let me tell you what the most important thing you can do is share my video with other people. If you know someone else who might like my kind of crafting, absolutely, please do share it. If you can, I appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you. So anything you do is just amazing. And just being here, honestly, just thank you for watching. More than anything, that matters the most to me. I'm just going to finish up wrapping this gift by tying a shoestring bow. Nothing more complicated than that. I'm not going to get too fancy. I just thought the colors were beautiful. And then I'll just trim off the excess ribbon. That's all there was to this one. So easy. Be sure to let me know what you think and would you try this? I've heard of making envelopes with calendar pages, but I decided to line an envelope. You know how sometimes you find that really nice stationery and the inside is lined? So I found this beautiful picture from the calendar, and I'm just going to kind of use my thumbnail to edge around the end of the envelope there so I know where to cut. I thought better than just tracing with this particular one. I just thought I'd try this method, and it worked really well. Just find that edge, run your fingernail along it, and then you take it over to the paper cutter or use your scissors and just go ahead and cut a nice straight line. So that worked really well for me. Once I had the piece that I needed, that was the exact right size, I'm going to tweak it a little now to fit around that part where the envelope folds over. So what I'm just going to do here is make sure that this will fit on the inside of the envelope first of all. And so now I'm going to do just a teeny bit of trimming and there's also a hole in the page where you hang the calendar. So I wanted to get rid of as much of that as I could. Now I'm going to slide that page right into the envelope. It also is a good block if you have something in there you don't want to be seen through the outside, like if somebody were to hold it up to the light. So now you see that's going to fit right in there. I'm going to fold it over, make a nice crease, trim off any excess on the sides, and then I'm going to cut like a little cutout there where you see the fold is to hold the envelope together, and that way I can get rid of the hole there that's going to be part of where you hang the calendar. So I'm just going to cut these little chips out of each side. Of course, that's optional. You don't have to do it. I just wanted to do it because, like I said, there was a little hole that was there where you hang the calendar, and I'm going to take care of that right now. So I'm just going to cut a little angled edge at each corner there and make sure I just get rid of it. Now this is going to fit in really nicely. Now you don't have to glue the entire thing in. I'm just going to set it in, and then I'm going to put some glue stick on the back of that little piece that's on the upper portion of the envelope there. You see where it's folded? Oh, a little more tweaking. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to add some glue to the back of that, and that will hold it down, and the rest is just going to stay nicely in the envelope. No worries at all about that. It's not going anywhere. And now when somebody opens the envelope, they see this beautiful design. I think it's so pretty. Just adds a little something extra to a plain, ordinary envelope. Why not? How fun is that? I absolutely love it. It makes me want to do this to all my envelopes because I have so many calendars. Why not? And a lot of them, I wouldn't probably make anything out of some of the pages, but this would be a great way to use them up. Huge thanks out to Kristen Kay for joining me this month as co-host. Don't forget to go to the playlist in my description box and watch all the rest of the Craft Your Stash collaboration videos. There are some amazing creators on this playlist. Are you ready for more inspiration? I've got another video here I think you will really like. Click on it. I will see you there. You are truly a blessing to me. Bye.